actually going to go live. Seems like I've done this before. Raise the chair up a bit. What's that? It's all the way on the other side. There we go. Office chair. Whew. What a mess. What a mess. Hello, everyone. What, did I hit 10 o'clock? Oh, that's a few minutes after. Well, guys, we're back in the studio. Uploaded a couple of vlogs today. Hey, NTL show, NTD show, NTD show. How you doing? I'm experimenting to see if maybe if I keep the phone beside this window, if it will actually stay connected. Normally, I cannot live stream from the inside of the studio. I've done it. I did it once when I'm actually on my drawing table right now. I've done it from here before and it actually worked. So am I coming in okay? You guys let me know. I'm not on any kind of special app. I'm just on the Facebook Go Live button. That's all. Nothing special. So, how's everybody doing? Got 5 people in the room. I don't know, guys. What do you want to do tonight? Are we going to do, would you like to do another drawing session? I don't really have anything else planned. Let me see if I can connect over here. Maybe I can pull up some references. Hold on. Let's see what we got. Oh, a second. My laptop over here is so old, it's coughing blood. It's so old. It's one of those things where it's like, I really do need to just spend the money to get a new one. They're not that expensive anymore. Why not just buy another one, right? I don't know. I get attached to things. That's part of it. Then also, you know, it took me a while to really get this with all the programs on there that I like and learn how to use them. And then when I get a new laptop, it feels like I start over from the beginning, and that's a pain in the butt. Okay, so it looks like we do have a little bit of internet here, and so I can pull up references. So I've got some ideas for some drawing I want to do. Nobody's saying anything. My goodness. Why is this? Why is it? Am I so bad at replying to comments? Because I look at, like, Big Joe and Malia's World and all these guys, they go live and there's comments that just roll in and they get this whole chat going back and forth. And I go live and nobody ever says anything. Is it? Maybe it's because I just don't read enough of the comments and actually reply to them. Whatever. Okay, let's see here. Oh, here we go. I'm finishing something up on my computer right now. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm actually finishing up putting the application together for the Franklin County Watermelon Festival. It's in Alberton, Alabama. So I will be there. I might actually make another trip. Well, I'm probably not going to do the Huntsville Space Center this time because I've already done that. I will probably go to the Muscle Shoals recording studio because that is something I have wanted to see. It's historic. Historic. Let me finish this up. Money, order. Okay, save that. And okay, so that is done, and that is done. All right. So let's go to Google image search and we'll pull up some images. Let's see. K-O-N. It helps if you can actually spell. All right, guys. Is anybody actually saying anything here? Let's see. Venture in the Heartland. Check to see if Beth has some green beans in the fridge. Oh, it's pretty much just a little bit of back and forth going between you guys. John and Jane, Nathan and Toby. Toby's here, his funeral host here. Adventure in the Heartland. Hello. How you doing? Still haven't had a chance to interview Adventure in the Heartland properly, like I should have. Like I should. If we can get a chance, that would be awesome. Providence video was awesome. Okay, well, thank you. Yeah, it actually turned out to be a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. I was like, I took so many videos. I'm like, am I going to have a hard time really whittling this down? Because I wanted it to be around 14 minutes, so I got it down to that. Okay, here we go. I got the references. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go with which one? Which reference? All right. Let's not get too picky about this. Let's see, something that makes it powerful. Okay, hold on just a second, guys. I was thinking maybe we'd just do like a little chat today. I don't know. What do you guys think? What's on your mind? Did it do? Oh wait, I know what I'm doing wrong. Hold on. Just a second, guys. Okay, we always take at least 2 liters of water with us and snacks or day pack. And we do also of hiking vlogs. That's probably what I should have done that day. Yeah, that was a very pretty canyon there. And like I said, there's another canyon up in North Georgia. Forget the name of it, but it's actually looks even more like it's made out of soap. So I have to do that. Just a second. I just about got it. Ah, there it is. I got it. Okay. Okay, here we go. Get the art bag going. Hey, Spaceman. How you doing? some of the first subscribers to ever come and see me. They came to see me out at the Appalachian Fair. What? Ah, there you go. Okay, so I'm getting out the drawing supplies now. Supplies. Anybody know that reference? Supplies. It's from a movie called UHF. The studio is a real mess right now, guys. I decluttered my camper whenever I left the last time. Then I came back 2 weeks later and decluttered it again. And it's all in here now, and I still haven't got any kind of good storage situation. And I have a hard time getting rid of stuff. Thinking I need to just get a storage building or just start learning how to do the painful thing and just throw stuff away that I haven't used in a long time. Alright. That will do the trick. Okay, here we go. Got the Toon Squad book here. 3 months of being out of work with a hospital stay. I have what you call it I don't know. Let me go ahead and open this window. That might make things a little faster. And it's actually kind of getting warming up in here. Hey, back at the studio. How was coming back home? Coming back home, Spaceman. I've been keeping to myself lately. The vid was pretty rough. But I keep pushing myself. I had the experimental infusion from Eli Lilly. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Oh wait, I was supposed to answer a question. Oh, how was coming back home? Coming back home was relaxing, actually. What did I end up doing? I ended up staying in Andersonville for a total of about 2.5 days. And I got some things marked off my list that I've been wanting to do for a long time. That includes the prisoner of war camp, Andersonville prisoner of war camp, including the museum, and also Providence Canyon, which I've uploaded all those videos already. The one for the prisoner of war camp ended up being very long, and I don't know. I still don't think I really covered everything that needed to be covered there. Let's see, there was a few other things. Actually, most of what happened in the Andersonville prisoner of war camp, most of those deaths all happened in the span of about 15 months. And that's because prior to 1863, because the war started in 1861, so 1861 to 1863, things weren't really taken all that serious. It really didn't ramp up until a couple of years in. Before 1863, there was a prisoner exchange program where they would just say, we've got 5 of your soldiers, you have 5 of ours, let's exchange them, and it was a back and forth thing. But then the talks broke down, and then in 1864, now this was only like a year and a half before the war ended, was when they started construction on that prison, and it was only in use for about 15 months. And all of the things that happened, and most of the people died there from dysentery. because of the poor conditions, the poor sanitary conditions. They died of starvation, dysentery, and murder, actually, because they were so tightly packed together that they would get to fighting about things, and they were killed. They would kill each other, or the guards would kill them. Anyway, I've wanted to go there. How far from Chattanooga? Not that far, actually. From Chattanooga, you could probably get there in 4 to 5 hours at the most, if you're driving like me. If you drive like my dad, 3.5. It's really not bad. Let's see. Yeah. So, but here's the thing, guys. They kept worrying that Sherman's march to, he was going to hurt the railroad distribution in Chattanooga and in Kennesaw, and then go down to that. This was his plan, to disrupt the South. This was Sherman's plan, to disrupt the South and completely kill their confidence in their government to keep them safe and show them just how vulnerable they were. It was basically a break the spirit of the South campaign. He wanted to go to Chattanooga and Kennesaw and disrupt all of their supply chains on the railroads, and then from there go into Atlanta, which was the capital of the South at the time, burn that down, and then go to Milledgeville and also Savannah, because a lot of the supplies were coming in through the Savannah River before they were distributed and put onto the railroads. And he was very successful in doing all that. But in his trip from Atlanta down to Savannah, he was actually went only 50 miles away from Andersonville. And so they were very worried that the Union troops were going to raid the prisoner of war camp in Andersonville. They were very nervous about that. That's when they beefed up security. And then when it really looked like it was a possibility that it was going to happen, they took a bunch of the prisoners and just evacuated them out. They just took them out, and they took them to another camp that was, where was it? It was closer to Savannah, but it had just been built, and it was bigger. It was almost twice as big, and the water supply was a lot better. Like, instead of it just being a little creek, it was more of like a little river, and the rations were better and everything. It was, because it was just terrible. Those 15 months that these soldiers tried to survive in Andersonville was just hell. So everything was kind of better there. And then it started to look like Sherman was going to make it to the other prisoner of war camp that was closer to Savannah. So they actually moved them back to Andersonville. It was a real cat and mouse thing that was happening there. Wow. I mean, there was a lot of moving around and a lot of really fast construction that happened in that last couple of years of the Civil War. Like, they would set their mind to, we're going to build a fort here, or we're going to put a prisoner of war camp there, and just months later, there it was. It's like they just got really good at it. Hold on, what am I missing here? Beth, I just know that my wife, going to a long sufferance clinic for it. Okay, you guys are just talking to each other. Yes, Beth. Okay, you guys are talking to each other right now, so I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing any questions. I'm really bad about doing that. Anyway, so yes, I don't think there's ever really been an excavation where they've gone in and taken the topsoil off and seen just how many artifacts are still out there on that lawn. But I imagine there's a lot of spoons and bowls and pans and nails and all kinds of stuff out there. And so the museum was mostly pictures. You would think if they just put some money into really excavating the ground and finding the artifacts, they could fill that little museum with actual artifacts from the prisoner of war camp and really give it some more credence. I imagine they'll probably do that at some point. They've put a lot of work into the museum. It was a visceral experience. Some of the stuff that they have out there, and the areas where there was stuff about the Korean War and the Vietnam, that kind of stuff. Where I mean, they didn't have like the punchy sticks, traps. Like that would have been terrifying if they actually had those like out there. But as you're going through, they have these fake palm trees with the limbs that are actually going into the aisle that you have to kind of brush past as you're going through there. They have the photos that are actually blown up to life size and then cut out and put lighting behind them so they look like they're coming forward. It's just the design of this museum is it's an education and an experience, and to imagine that it's free is it's amazing, and it's very different than what I remember when I was a kid, because it's like they've totally redone it since then. I'm doing good, just have been dealing with car issues. Oh boy. Working on paperwork. Yes, I am too. That's what I'm in the middle of here. Anyway, but something else that they are not highlighting anymore is something called Providence Spring. And the thing is, I don't know all of the details or the names on this. All I know is kind of the word of mouth that has gotten down to me. And that is when the prisoners started coming into the prison and they started trying to set up little tents, and the conditions started getting really bad. There was a prisoner that prayed fiercely for a better, cleaner water supply. And supposedly, a spring opened up and actually did supply water into the camp. Just miraculously opened up and came up out of the ground and flowed right into the middle of the camp and started supplying more and cleaner water to the prisoners. And it was called Providence Spring. And that spring is still there. As a matter of fact, I really should have, you made me look like Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn, hold on. Anthony. Caitlyn Jenner? I'm not sure exactly what that was. I think somebody's on here that's upset about a drawing I did. Okay. Well, Anthony, I am sorry. I'm not perfect. I don't always get it right. If you're not happy with a drawing, you do have the option of telling me that you're not happy with it, and I will not make you pay for it. And I will send you to another artist that might be able to do better. But I do have an email address. It's ashtoonsart@gmail.com. And if the drawing that I did for you really made you that upset, I could make an attempt to draw you again from a photo. Or next year when I'm coming back around to that fair, just let me know who you are, and I will refund the money for the drawing that you weren't happy with. So there you go. Very sorry. I'm not perfect. I get things wrong. So anyway, all right. Let's see here. Where was I? Oh yeah. Okay. So this just a troll. He is saying weird stuff. Not your fault. Anyway, so the spring just opened up and started supplying fresh water. So as many deaths as there were in that camp, supposedly it could have been much worse if that spring hadn't opened up and this miraculous thing hadn't happened. Don't know all of the details about this, but this was a story that was highlighted in the museum when I was a kid. There was actually a voice recording that actually told this story over and over. You could hit the button and hear it again if you wanted to. But now that they've redone the museum, they took that out. And I can't help but to believe that's because they're trying to take focus off of things like miracles and God and put it more towards man stuff. That's the way it feels to me. So I'm disappointed in that. The museum is still gorgeous and it's a fantastic experience and it's free and I love it. But I kind of wish that they still had that fixation and the highlight on that story of this miraculous Providence spring. But the spring is still there. And I don't know, I didn't really look up this whole story before I went. If I had, I would have drank some water from that spring and made that part of the video. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't do that, but it's incentive to do it again, to get back out there again and maybe give it another try. Okay, whoop whoop, troll time. Well, thanks guys. Thanks for looking at for me. All right, we got 20 people in the room now. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I want to draw a falcon. And that is because just recently we had May the 4th, which is Star Wars Day, because it sounds so much like May the 4th be with you. So I want to draw the falcon, an actual falcon, and then the Millennium Falcon. If I've got time, I'm going to draw both of them, because it's just ridiculous to me how little the Millennium Falcon looks like a falcon. It looks to me like a squished hamburger. So I don't know how it got that name, but there you go. Maybe somewhere in the universe, falcons look like squished hamburgers. How was your time in Tennessee, Dan the Mountain Man? Okay, so you guys are talking to each other again. All right, so let's hold on. Where's my sketchbook? Did I lose it again? Flippin' egg. Did, didn't I? Somewhere in the camper. Oh, I've got the drop. Dang it. Why don't I just leave it in there? It's in the camper, somewhere in the camper. I can't really go find it. I'm gonna have to use something else. Let's see if there's any pages left in one of these old sketchbooks. I got 3 old sketchbooks here. Wait a minute, here's one I haven't really used yet. Yeah, this is a blank one. Okay, that'll work. We'll just go with that and let's see, what have I got in here? Oh yeah, okay. Remember this one? About in here. Well, this chair doesn't stay up. You raise it up and then it slowly lowers itself down. Actually, there is an awesome audiobook on how Millennium Falcon became the epic ship and not just another. FYI, 13,000 colonel would be perfect to listen to on a long trip. 13,000 coral. Okay, yeah. All right, here we go. Pencil. Oh, it's over there. Okay. Got it. Actually, I think I can just do this. All right, I'm gonna turn you guys. Okay, so the camera's gonna wiggle for a minute. You have to forgive me, it's gonna happen. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay, we're good. All right. Time for the drawing session. All right. Okay, I can't really see the phone right now, so I have to review and see if you guys are talking later. Okay, so that was easy enough actually to do that. Okay, so I'm used to like parrot beaks. I'd like to draw parrots, and this a falcon beak apparently is smaller and sharper, and they don't have like this big of nostrils. They have a few there. So the Atlanta football team is called the Falcons. So I've drawn that logo a few dozen times. Okay, so that's pretty close to a falcon. All right, let's go ahead and ink it on up. All right, what are you guys saying over there? Anybody say anything? Spaceman Dudley, I've got to do about all the dream jobs as a child with the experience to an astronaut and police officer. Okay, so we got the falcon. Oh wait, I forgot a step. We forgot the lighten up step. Lighten up, Francis. Do I say that every time? I think I do. Not that I would ever watch a movie like Meatballs, but whatever. I can understand now why they wanted to make these birds of prey the symbol of America. When you really look at one closely, it just screams power. Of course, the bald eagle is the symbol for America, not the falcon, but it's in the same kind of family. Genus, whatever. Birds of prey. All right. We need some color in here quickly because that doesn't look right without the color. What are we going to use? Well, let's just do... I'm already dropping stuff. Wait. Oh, here it is. Okay, let's just do this. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Not that I would ever call anybody stupid. That's something I've never done on my channel, ever. Never once, ever, never called anybody stupid. Not like I do it on just about every other video, honestly. Somebody's stupid. Oh, come on now. That needs to be darker. Is this a black here? You put these two together. Where did I even get this paint set from? I think Miss Patty gave it to me. Somebody gave it to me. I didn't buy it. Won't remember buying it at least. But it sure has come in handy. I'm starting to get to where I use it more than anything else. It's just so fast. There it is. There's the collar. It's done. That's about how it goes with this. Now, what is this thing used for? Does anybody have any idea? I don't. Are you guys still able to see what I'm doing? Okay, yeah. Oh, that's not dark enough. I need a scratch paper. What is this? Oh, it's not. It's not something I can use. It's just a regular piece of paper somewhere, a little loose leaf. Notebook paper here. Well, guys, I don't know. It was exactly 3 years ago today that I got Nestor, as of today. And I was thinking about going and getting another kitten today. But then, as it turns out, all the humane societies are closed today. They are closed on Mondays. Apparently I guess they feel like they don't get enough traffic on Monday, so why bother opening on a day when they're just not going to get any business, kind of thing. Which kind of makes sense in some ways. So should I go tomorrow? I don't know. With all the stuff that I'm doing now, what am I saying? Cats don't take a lot of time. That's the beautiful thing about them. All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize I was offline that long. All right, we got it now. Hello, Mystic Bunny. Oh, come on, stop. Flip around. I'm hitting the button for it to flip around. It won't flip around. And it's right over the lens. That's why my finger keeps hitting. Okay, we got 6 people. All right, hopefully it'll stay on. Spaceman, Russian hackers, gas line got sabotage going to affect East Coast. Oh, well, that's where I'm at, the East Coast. That's great. Did anyone go fuel up? I have not. That sounds interesting. I saw on TV this morning some toy company has come out with a 19-inch transformer that has several parts and does several things and is RC. Oh boy. Remote controllable. All right, let's just do it. Okay, so now we're going to put the Falcon on this side. So it's basically a giant disc. If I keep calling it a squished hamburger, one of these Han Solo fans on my room, there's always one, is going to get upset at me for calling it that. I got to stop calling it that. It's the Millennium Falcon. I've tried to draw it before. It's hard to draw. Okay, so the cockpit is way over here. Come on now. This ship is hard to draw. I like things with wings with like angles that you can work with and get a handle on, but this is just a big disc. Okay, this hallway goes into the cargo area here. Yeah, so I believe, I don't know if you guys heard me say this before I got cut off, but I believe the idea that Han Solo had was, let's take a ship. It's basically like a 18-wheeler, an unassuming just cargo ship, and then gut it out and put really souped up engines in it so that from the outside it doesn't look like it could outrun the what was the name of their that they were fighting against? I'm totally blanking on that too. The New Order, I think. No, it's not the New Order. It's what it is now. It was oh, help me out here. What am I saying? Okay, I can see you now. Okay, good. Imperial. The Imperials. Okay, so there's this, and then it looks like there's one radar dish right here, but that actually gets knocked off. Sometimes, in some pictures it's there, in some pictures it's not, because there's one of the adventures that gets knocked off, but then it gets repaired. So that kind of gives you an idea from what timeline each one of the images are taken from whenever you're looking at the images. And then there is 6. Yeah, there's 6 ports here. And let's see, they get wider apart the further they go back. Right, and then there's this compartment over here that kind of sticks up above. So that's going to look like that. And there's another one off the other side, but that goes behind the hallway that moves into the corridor area from the cockpit. So that's going to be kind of like this. Right. All right, we've got a few stripes here, and this actually goes all the way around. Now, like normally this would have, like whenever this thing was designed, it was like in a switch yard, like a train yard, and it could take like different things and push them. That's why it has that fork right there. Because there was different cargo containers that it could push into place. And that was originally what it was meant for. Okay, so okay, we got a couple of joints here, here, and we got this stripe here. It's like this paneling that kind of goes straight from the outside in. So it goes, the paneling actually points to the inside. Yeah, you got, this is bigger. Okay, that's starting to look a little more like the Millennium Falcon to me, at least. Yeah, we got paneling. Paneling actually swoops around in this big, almost spider pattern like this. Okay, so that's pretty close. All right, so we'll go with that. All right, so let's do the cockpit. Am I still on? Yes. Okay. Let's lighten it up. Lighten it up. All right, cockpit has 2 layers, like this. Okay. There's a window here, here, and here. And then there's another line that angles out and then up. And there we go, there, 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 there. Okay, and okay, so it's like that, and a couple of joints there. This comes all the way around and it protrudes up a little bit. This. Okay, we got a couple of ports here. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Firefly class ship and the Firefly series. The Firefly ship, though, was not souped up at all. It was basically just held together with chewing gum and paper clips. But the mechanic they had on board just knew the ship inside and out and could get every bit of horsepower out of that old thing as it could. So it's basically like taking an old Jeep, like an old 70s Jeep, and just really fixing it up to where the timing is perfect and the pistons are shaved and the spark plugs are perfectly clean. It's not souped up, but it's just tuned up. It's tuned up perfectly because there's a mechanic that looks after it that loves it. That's what the Firefly ship was like. Now this one is different. This one was, the idea was, let's make this old shipyard ship that looks like a piece of junk into a smuggler, because nobody would suspect it, because it looks like a piece of junk. And then we're going to name it the Falcon for some reason. Still haven't figured that out. Okay. And once again, guys, the idea for this is just because we just had May the 4th, which is Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. And so it just started pondering over in my mind, why is this disc shipyard squished hamburger looking ship called a Falcon? And make sure you guys are still there. Okay. And answer me this one. This is one that I've never figured out either. Is why at the beginning of Star Wars they say in a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, which is a great way to start a science fiction series. To start the canon completely separated from Earth, present Earth as we know it. So you are free to invent anything. It's open completely. It is the perfect way to open a universe on a science fiction story. And a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. But here's the thing. The ship is basically a main character, and it's named the Millennium Falcon. And Falcons are from Earth. So riddle me this, Batman. Why is this called the Millennium Falcon when Falcons are from Earth? And the Star Wars universe is not connected to Earth at all. At all. As a matter of fact, if they ever connected it to Earth, if they did, you realize how much outrage would happen if they ever did that? How much people would just lose their poop? Myself included. If one day somebody in X-Wing looked out the front window and there was Earth, oh my goodness, I would lose my mind. My little geeky mind would explode. I would lose it. But for some reason it's okay to call this Millennium Falcon. Falcons are from Earth. Is anybody saying anything? Let's see. Okay, yeah. Now, Adam Savage actually worked on the props for some of the Star Wars movies, some of the prequels. And he said one of the things that you have to remember about anything in the Star Wars universe is that it is always in a state of repair. There's always an open panel. There's always a light that's burned out. There's never anything that is working perfectly in the Star Wars universe. That's just, it's not Star Trek, it's Star Wars. It's dystopian, and everything is made with stolen and cobbled together parts, salvaged parts, and nothing works perfectly, ever. Which is part of the reason why I like Star Wars, is that aesthetic to me is cool. Everybody's kind of a scavenger, and they all do what they can with what they have. And sometimes you get somebody with Mandalorian armor that just says, there you go. I'm awesome. Look what I found. And they say, you're not a true Mandalorian. You're not. You just have the armor. That is all. Your name is Django. And you're not a real Mandalorian. You just found the armor. And look at this armor that you've got. It's got chips on it. And worn out spots. Real Mandalorian armor does not chip. Not only is this not a real Mandalorian, his armor is not really Mandalorian armor. It's from some other race that makes a knockoff version of it, and he's going to call himself a famous bounty hunter and make an entire army of clones of himself. And he's nothing. Right? And Boba, that's who I'm talking about, Boba Fett. Boba Fett said, "You can be a hater if you want. I'm still going to be awesome. And the fans are going to love me." And he was right. Everybody loves him. Yeah, I can't give up the Fett man. I'm Boba, Bo Fett. My backpack has jets. I bounty hunt for Jabba Hutt to finance my vet. And just shoots darts. Leaves no calling card. Collects the bounty and goes on to the next job. That is until he's completely taken out of commission by Han going, "What? Boba, where?" And just accidentally gets knocked into the Sarlacc pit. One of the coolest characters in Star Wars history gets killed by accident. Still seems like a bit of an end. That needs to stop happening. Alright, let's turn it around again. Come on, just register that I pushed the button already. Okay. Hey, have you decided anything more about getting a kitten? I have not. Not totally decided about that. I'm thinking I need to take care of a few other things before I really think about it too hard. But anyway, so we got our Falcon and our Falcon. What are we? We're still got 10 people here. Okay, so the last step that I'm going to do on this drawing is this. I'm going to do this arrow right? Do that arrow, and I want to put a big question mark. And then I'm going to put another arrow. And there you go. That is the drawing. And today is the 5/11 May the 10th instead of being May the 4th. Okay, let's say Monday nights. Toon Squad. Monday Night Toon Squad, May the 10th, 2021. And I'm going to sign it right here. All right. So that does it for tonight's drawing session, everyone. How did this get named? How did the Falcon become the Falcon? How did this happen? Mankind may never know. We'll just say it came from the demented, twisted mind of George Lucas. All right. All right, so before we close up, let's do a little recap on all of our other nights that we've had. There's the last one, Bigfoot. That was the 4/26/21. This was a fan request. Somebody said a unicorn, somebody said an alligator, and somebody said an alligator fishing, I think. So I did all three. This was when I was trying to talk about cancel culture and how they were trying to cancel Dr. Seuss, even though he had made this whole story. That was about that same time. There's our kaiju strawberry monster that I made right before the Strawberry Festival. This was what I made over at Sebring at the Columbia County Fair, or Highlands County Fair. Did that. It's the jet that I got from that coffee table book I bought for like $1 at a thrift store. Most relaxing tea of all time. That was one of the first ones that I did. And this was 2019. No, was it? Yeah, this was 2019. This is a few drawings from 2019. And that is it. Let's go ahead and turn the camera back around and do an outro. Come on now. There we go. Okay, guys. I know I got knocked off a few times. I appreciate the ones that actually hung around. Once again, don't know what I'm going to do with this book once it's full. Once I get a little bit more of a handle on my life and time, my time management, I'm going to start ripping pages out of this and just doing giveaways. Is that something that you want? Let me know. Or maybe I should just do a giveaway for the whole book. Whatever. I don't want to keep it. It's just an exercise. All right, guys. Thank you all so very much for sticking around. What are we at? An hour and 8 minutes. That's actually a fair time. Sorry if I didn't get to your questions. Tony or whoever it was that was in here was upset at me because he said I made him look like... who did he say I made him look like? Anyway. I'm sorry. I don't get everything right. But I try. And that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you all so very much. I've got actually more videos I've already edited, but I'm waiting until now I upload them. Well, it's Monday, so this week. So later this week, I have 2 more videos that are going to be uploaded and ideas for more. So that's going to be it. Yeah, there was another... No, there was not another Tony. There was another Anthony in here. That's what it was. Yeah. There was another Anthony in here, and he was saying that I drew a picture of him, and I made him look like... who's that lady that's running for governor of California right now? Used to be a man. Anyway, that person. So, until next time, just until next time. Jenner, that's it. Caitlyn Jenner. Brain fart. Yeah, he said I was made him look like Caitlyn Jenner in a drawing. So, anyway, all right, guys. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Yeah, more videos to come. And that's going to be it for this one. Good night, everyone.